Last year's hosts, Switzerland, are jumping just a little bit across the border into Vienna with Veronica Fusaro and Alice. It's a little rock-edged number, but is Alice taking us to Wonderland? Let's review Eurovision. Yes, Switzerland had a hit and miss hosting, let's put it that way. Last year they came second with the juries, but got the dreaded nul point from the televote. Totally undeservedly. That was beautifully staged entry. So they have a bit of a mixed record to kind of come into the 2026 contest, and they're sending Veronica Fusaro with Alice. It is, as I say, it's a bit of a rock-edged number. It's not stereotypically Swiss. They haven't sent something like this before, I don't think. But what do we think of Emily?
Yeah, it feels like there's a bit of a kind of genre this year where there's a more of a kind of a female rock vibe going on. This is kind of going alongside the likes of Romania, Estonia, and going for a kind of female pop rock number. I find that it doesn't excite me all that much when it's kind of alongside the other kind of female rock entries. I find like I would prefer Estonia and Romania to this one. Um, I think there is kind of something to be commended in terms of the whole kind of like female singer writing about a kind of gay relationship and singing about it at Eurovision. Because I feel like there's a lot of Eurovision, you can get a lot of kind of male gay kind of representation, and you get it a bit less on the female side. Like often we talk about kind of like girl bops being like a huge genre here, so it's kind of nice to see something a bit different. But I just find it doesn't particularly excite me, and it's when I kind of want to listen to it, then I enjoy it, but I do find it's kind of one of those ones where I just skip it. So yeah, good effort, but not my vibe, I don't think.
Yeah, I think I largely agree with that. I think I personally really enjoy it when I'm listening to it. But if I were to list like my 10 favorite songs of the year, I would honestly just forget about this. There's something about it that doesn't it's fine when it's on, but it's not particularly it doesn't stand the test of time, let's put it that way. And that's a phrase used in like the breadth of years, decades, if anything, but it almost doesn't stand the test of the contest, I think is probably the better way to put it. I do enjoy it though, and full well I'm not the big rock fan. I don't like it. I think this is just right, actually. There's a slight rock edge to her voice that I think is really pleasant to listen to. There's something really crisp about the vocal, like at the very end when she says vanished. I think there's an enunciation in there that I think is really pleasant. And I think even if there's been mooted that there are various meanings to this song, I can't remember the last time there was a Eurovision song that was about same-sex love between two women. Which is, I think, on first listen, that's what the song is about. It may not, there may be other meanings, but I can't think of another one, which means actually this is quite maverick, and I fully welcome it. It just doesn't. So again, when it's on, I enjoy it. Do I remember it massively? And if this is early in the final rundown, if it gets there, will people remember it by song 25? I'm less sure. But when it's on, I really enjoy it, and I like that this is not just another Swiss ballad. It is something a bit different, and there's something interesting about it. So yeah, I love it. Well, I don't love it, but I really like it. Um, well, pretty middling reviews then from both of us, I think. It is performing seventh in the second semi-final. They've not got the luxury that they had last year of automatic qualification, so they've got to do the hard work. Will they make it through? And what's your score out of 10?
I would say this probably isn't making it through. I think it's kind of one of those entries that's actually quite hard to stage and make it kind of super engaging. And I'm just not quite sure that this will score particularly highly in the jury or the televote. So I would say this probably isn't going through. And in terms of my scoring, I would give this a 5.
Well, I think it's a bit pessimistic. I'm going to give it a 7.5. I do actually quite like it. But your synthesis of, and I paraphrase, when I want to listen to it, I enjoy it. I think is a pretty fair representation of what's going on here because it's kind of you've kind of got to go out of your way to enjoy it, I suppose, and that is, I think, is the problem. As much as I want this to go through, I think this is on very much on the bubble, and I'm currently leaning no. I can see it coming 11th or 12th. I can also see it coming like 7th or 8th, but I am leaning no, unfortunately, because I just, again, as I say, it doesn't stand the test of the contest. I don't think as much as I wanted to. That's what we think. Are we being too harsh, or do you agree with us? I think most of the fans seem to think that this is not qualifying, agreeing with us. But if you feel completely otherwise, let us know. The comments are open. You can also listen to us in podcast and vodcast form, and follow us on Instagram and TikTok as well. And if you follow us here onto YouTube, hit the bell, and you'll get notified every single time we upload new content. And we are racing through it in the hunt to get there before the grand final on the 16th of May. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.